Hey, what's up? Today I'm going to be giving a film review for Independence Day Resurgence. Now, this film takes place 20 years after the original Independence Day, which was released in 1996. 'Cause I remember even going to see that in the theaters. Now, I can remember my anticipation for like the first film at the time. I was like so hyped to see it and stuff. But when I actually went and finally saw it, I was kind of like, I was kind of like disappointed in it. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought it would. But I remember like my anticipation was like sky high for the original Independence Day, but this was like I felt underwhelmed when I finally had seen the film. So I kind of had like low expectations for seeing this sequel, which is known as Resurgence, and it does take place like 20 years after the original film. So I had low expectations for this film, but in the end, I must say, surprisingly, I really enjoyed this film. I thought, I thought it was a good film. I thought, for my opinion, I'm trying to be careful. I actually thought it was actually better than the original one. Now the film it tells the events of what kind of happened like here like 20 years later, on Earth, after like the events of the first film where the aliens had attacked, and stuff like that and caused like destruction, but the humans managed to defeat the aliens. So after that happened, the humans took like the aliens like technology, like all their see I think even like the space traveling equipment and stuff, and merged it with the Earth's like technology, which I thought was kind of cool, because now you have like the military like jet ships and stuff that they have, they have like they're equipped with like alien technology where they can actually fly into space and stuff. So I thought that looked awesome, like the visual effects. Plus they also took like some of the aliens like weaponry, like their weapons, and like merged with the humans like weaponry. So like now we have like laser guns and stuff to be shooting and stuff. So I thought those scenes were kind of cool. But basically, it takes like the main plot of the film deals with the idea that like 20 years later, this new threat emerges. Now, if I actually say what it was, it kind of spoiled like the big surprise in the film. But I'm trying to keep it kind of hidden to a certain extent. But this object shows up like this spear-looking thing. It's like this huge spear. And some of the people in the film, I'm not going to touch on all that. They kind of like had a revelation. Like this guy in Africa, he has like a revelation about the spear showing up, and it does really show up. When it shows up, and they think that it's like a threat, an attack from like the aliens again. Maybe they'll come back because it's 4th of July again anyway on the way. So they're thinking that maybe the aliens have to come back, to attack again. So like it does do. So I do remember it had did something, and that's why they decided to shoot at it. They had decided like to shoot like one of their missiles or something and like it destroyed. So it had blew it back out into like space. I think it had landed somewhere. So that caused like this huge like big like alien ship to come, and it's so huge it's actually like covering like almost like half of the Earth. You can actually see it from like space. Whenever they have like aerial shots there like in space, you can see that the spaceship actually like covering like the alien ship is like almost like half the size of the Earth. So I was like, whoa, that's kind of like different. You don't really see nothing like that. So yeah, like this new threat emerges. So they kind of believe that they kind of sparked the idea that the aliens come back and attack again, but it's something kind of like a twist there. And the aliens really did come back for like a certain reason that involves that spirit thing that came. But I don't want to spoil it because it's kind of like a hidden treat, which I thought was kind of a cool idea too, because you don't really see that kind of stuff like in these kind of films. Because the Independence Day, like the galaxy, what is this universe? That it's not really like say like on Star Wars, like Star Trek or Aliens type level. It's not really on that level. Where they have all these different like species and stuff like that on sports. But yeah, that's what the aliens like. They come back and they start attacking again. So they decide like the Earth decided to send like a huge assault against the aliens again, just like they did in the first one basically. But then I thought this was a good film. You have like returning people, like actors in the film and actresses. You have Jeff Goldblum, who has returned as David Levison, from the first film. You have Bill Pullman returning as Thomas J. Whitmore, who was like the 42nd president at the time of the first film. And you also have like Vivica Fox. She returns back in her role. I forgot what her name, as the wife of like Will Smith. And his character is supposedly dead now. The one that Will Smith that he played yeah, he was the father. He's the Stephen Hiller. His character is supposedly dead in this film. So his son has came on board. Like Jesse Usher, he plays his son known as Dylan. Hiller. He plays his son in the film. So yeah, you have them, and then you also have like Brent Spiner back in the role of the scientist. I forget his name too, but he also shows back up into it because it opens with him kind of being like in a coma and stuff like. Well, when he shows up, he's kind of like in this coma or something like that. But he reawakens, and he kind of he gets together and try to help like fight the aliens and stuff like that. But yeah, and you also have like the director of the film too. You have Rhoda Emmerich, who directed the first one. You have Dean Devlin. They both worked on it. They get together again, just like they did with the first film. But yeah, from my opinion, I still think this was just a much better film than the original one. Like the action sequences were like cool. It just looked cool. It's like when they have like the weapons, since we merged like the alien technology with like humans technology, I thought that was cool. Like the jet fighter planes that we have, we could take them into space and stuff. Plus they also had like these like robotic like ship things that fly around that you could tell was like merged with the alien technology. Plus like the laser gun stuff, even like the sequences with like the aliens when they're fighting aliens with laser guns and stuff. I thought those scenes were just fun and cool. Plus like another big like point of the film too is like they actually bring like this big queen alien, and it's like a huge alien, like the size of say almost like not quite as large as Godzilla, but it's kind of on that level. She's like a huge like alien, and she looks just like the regular aliens, cause they have their armor and stuff where they climb out, and she has the tentacles and stuff, but she's just like real huge. She's like just like how the aliens looked, but just like much more like large, cause they have like a final assault with her towards the end of the film, when they have to use like the jet fires and all that to be fighting and stuff. And I thought that was a cool sequence, Plus, I thought like a lot of like the humor in the film was like good and stuff. I thought it was funny. At times. I just thought, from my opinion, I'm surprised I really enjoyed it as much as I did. I liked it more than the first one. I'm trying to be careful with that because I didn't really watch the first one too many times. Because I thought I was like disappointed when I first saw it. But I thought this one was, I would recommend it. For like if you're a fan of the original one, or what I'm saying, I would definitely recommend it. Or if you like science fiction films, period, I would recommend it. So in the end, I'm giving the Independence Day Resurgence, I'm giving it a B. And this is my review for this film that I thought was like much superior than the first one. I'm not going to say much superior, but I enjoyed it more and I would recommend it. So I'm aiming at a B for Independence Day Resurgence. All right.